Galavant Sucks.
Hell no.
It's true. Briefly, it's a musical comedy show set in medieval times. And if you stick around, I'll explain why it sucks. So let's get right to it. Here are the top 9 reasons Galavant sucks.
Everybody say!
Everything sucks. Also like and subscribe and stuff, yeah.
Such a bully.
Number 9. Only 2 seasons. You heard me right. 2 seasons. What is this, a British sitcom?
No! God, please, no!
Well, okay, it does bear some similarities since it's a comedy and they have British accents, but it's not. It's American. And as we all know, American shows must be at least 6 seasons long or there's no point. I don't even learn the names of the characters till season 4. There's nothing worse than getting all wrapped up in a show only for it to get canceled on you. And by golly, was this one canceled quick. Frankly, I'm shocked they got the 2nd season. Although, to be fair, so are they.
Now it's back with this year's least expected big event.
Number 8, they keep singing and dancing. Ah, shut up. I see you there typing, of course they do, it's a musical show, but that's not a defense. If I make a show where everyone just pees and poos everywhere the whole time and you go, this show's terrible, they keep peeing and pooing everywhere, and I say, of course they do, it's a pee and poo show, does that make it better? No. And frankly, peeing and pooing makes more sense because normal people really do pee and poo every day while they do not randomly break into choreographed song and dance.
Tell me, why do musicals always get me so worked up?
Number 7, everybody's goofy.
Everybody boogie!
Look, I think there's a place for goofiness. I can be goofy sometimes, it's fun. But not every character needs to be goofy. It's okay to have someone be serious, it's okay. It's a tried and true trope for comedy. Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy, McCain and Palin. You gotta have a serious one and a dumb, goofy lunatic. But pretty much every character in the show is the goofy one, except Gareth, and then in season 2 he sings a damn song about cute little birds and stuff. Look what they did to my boy!
Love makes the world brand new.
Number 6, lame, repetitive jokes. I'm gonna be honest, I can probably copy and paste this for every show because lots of comedies are repetitive as hell. But Galavant is no exception. I swear, like 25% of the jokes in this show are just laughing at how hard the medieval times were. Probably more than 25%. There's a whole song where the chef and his little girlfriend joke about how crappy medieval life was, but that still wasn't enough. Basically, their entire existence on the show was spent going, boy, life used to be even more terrible than it is now. And it gets hella old.
And the plague, the runs, invading Huns.
But that isn't the only overused humor. Number 5, too many meta jokes.
Winter's not just coming, and it came, and then it went.
Ooh, Galavant loves to use meta jokes. Jokes that point out plot holes or referring to the show as a show, talking about how they won't die because
there's one more episode.
And not to mention all the anachronisms. And here's the thing, meta jokes suck. They're so lazy. They're the TV equivalent of SNL actors corpsing their way through a sketch. Yes, people laugh at it, but it's so hacky. We get it, you're almost canceled, but you weren't, so it's time to move on and stop whining about it.
It didn't win an Emmy, now it's time to move along.
It really takes me out of the fantasy show to suddenly have the Nielsen ratings brought up. I barely know what those are. I assure you that medieval pirates don't either. Number 4, everyone's way too pretty. Okay, if you watch a Friends video, you're probably all like, you did this for the other video, you loser, but I don't care. My point stands. It's even more fitting here. They make all sorts of jokes about how gross the medieval times are, yet everyone is perfectly shaved and coiffed, with silky smooth skin and lovely teeth, even in the middle of an adventure. Like, come on, Chef and Gwen sing an entire song about how gross they are, while looking like a couple of friggin' cherubs. They kinda make a joke about this in season 2 with Cal's period-appropriate beard, which I will admit makes me hardcore jelly, but even the period-appropriate beard was far more groomed than was appropriate. And Richard might as well have been in a Head & Shoulders commercial with that lush mane.
Also my full flowing beard.
It really takes me out of it. Number 3, the story is lame. Yep, unfortunately, the overarching story of the show sucks too. It's a problem a lot of musicals have. The script needs to not only move the story along and flesh out the characters, it also has to set up the various songs and shoehorn certain concepts in.
No one but you.
And when it focuses too much on those last two, the first one tends to go by the wayside. I won't actually tell you the whole story because maybe you want to go watch it to prove me wrong, and spoilers suck, but it's ridiculously one-dimensional and tropey. True, some tropes are avoided and at times totally subverted,
Actually,
but they still lean heavily on overdone fantasy cliches, and it sucks. Number 2, they recast Anthony Head. Oh, this one pissed me off so much. In season 1, there's a flashback to Galavant's childhood, where his dad sings him a little song about having his moment in the sun.
Moment in the...
Arnold, you lazy fat ass! We're out of firewood!
It's all very cute and even has some funny bits. And his dad is played by Anthony Head, aka Giles from Buffy, aka an amazing Frankenfurter in Rocky Horror. If it's not clear, I really like Anthony Head. He does not suck. So I was excited to see more of him. And in season 2, what do you know, we see Galavant's dad again.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
But it's this guy. What? You're not Tony. I want Head. Give me Head. No, wait, that's... look, the new guy did fine, I guess, but there is simply no excuse for recasting my man. I don't care if there's a scheduling conflict, you make it work. And if you don't, then it's you who...
Is really to blame.
Oh, that was so good. Number 1, Sexual Assault, the song. Okay, the rest of these were placed in no particular order, but this one is number 1 because it's just the worst. So there's this song. It's sung by Kylie Minogue, and the song itself is catchy as hell. I gotta give Alan Menken credit, the dude can write a ditty. And Kylie, unsurprisingly, looks and sounds great. But the song is basically an assault. Kylie, who plays the proprietor of the gay bar Galavant unwittingly wanders into, sings
off with his shirt.
Rips off his shirt and forces him to serve men drinks while topless. And I'm sorry, if it was a dude ripping off a chick's shirt and forcing her to serve drinks while singing and laughing at her distress, it wouldn't have gotten past the drawing board. But he's a man and he has a beard, so he can just deal with it, I guess. And, I mean, he did deal with it and he was pretty much fine with it, but double standards still suck. No, take that off the screen. It's not the same. No, you're stepping on my point. And there you have it. Galavant sucks. Just like everything else. Except Anthony Head. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I appreciate it. And hey, don't take my word for it. Galavant's available on Hulu, I think, if you want to watch it. It used to be on Disney Plus, but took it off. Apparently, some nobody's trying to get it rebooted, so if you somehow disagree with me, I'm sure they'll be down in the comments being an overly optimistic loser. Anyway, that's enough for me. Later, suckers.